The Indiana Fever have dropped a new workout video with the rookies. I think I saw Jillian Aileen in there too, practicing with Caitlin Clark, and everyone is going crazy.
Where she moves markets. And when you've got someone who moves markets, you have to pay attention to that person.
Just through these first few days of practice, everybody's been really great and it's been so much fun.
I've been so impressed with the product on the court. Over 200% viewership increase since Caitlin Clark has come in. And by the way, you can just look to that shot. That was incredible. That scene was awesome.
The moment the footage dropped, everything changed. 1 minute, it was just another day at Indiana Fever's training camp. The next, social media was on fire. Fans were in a frenzy, and Caitlin Clark was trending worldwide again.
Pretty exciting. One of the big reasons fans flock to State Farm Arena is, of course, the Caitlin Clark effect.
She's a wonderful player. She brought a lot of eyeballs.
But this time, it wasn't for a buzzer beater or a post-game quote. It was what she did behind closed doors in practice that left everyone stunned.
I think they obviously are taking winning and capitalizing off of this Caitlin Clark moment they have going.
Leaked practice footage revealed a different Caitlin, stronger, faster, sharper. Her jump shot, deadly. Her court vision, unmatched. But it was the energy, that fierce, unshakable energy, that told the real story. She wasn't just running drills, she was locked in like a sniper preparing for battle. And the target? The Atlanta Dream.
And Caitlin Clark was a part of, I believe, 20 of 23 of the WNBA's most watched games last year. This is not a random blip. This is a shift. This is a full force trend.
What started as a quiet camp workout has now become the biggest story in the WNBA. Fans saw it. Opponents saw it. The Dream definitely saw it. And what they saw wasn't just improvement. It was transformation. This wasn't the same rookie they thought they could rattle. This was a version of Caitlin Clark they haven't faced before.
The WNBA saw a boom like we have never seen. We saw Caitlin Clark come into the league. We saw the Caitlin Clark effect. We saw the influx in fans who flooded to the WNBA, and many of those were there for Caitlin Clark.
Now everyone's talking. Is Caitlin Clark about to turn the WNBA on its head? Is Atlanta ready for what's coming? If you've been riding with her since day one, or if you just felt the chills watching that clip,
she could potentially be one of the best point guards to ever play in the WNBA.
And I want to personally thank Caitlin Clark for lifting up our sport.
Caitlin Clark has done is grown the WNBA exponentially. She did in 5 weeks what would have taken 5 years.
Type CC100 if you're a real Caitlin Clark fan. Because this moment, this game, it's bigger than hype. It's the start of something we've never seen before.
I can't imagine this young lady, I don't want to use hate, but despise. She's cocky for a good reason.
Confident.
How smart she is around the ball and just putting people in different places to be successful. So it's just been really fun getting to know her.
What was supposed to be a standard training session turned into a spectacle the moment someone pressed record. The footage, barely a minute long, spread like wildfire across every platform.
More people watched this preseason game than game 1 of last year's WNBA Finals. 1.3 million people watched Caitlin Clark.
Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, anywhere fans could click and share. And in just seconds, it became clear. Caitlin Clark isn't just getting ready for her rookie season. She's sharpening her tools to dominate it.
They enjoy watching her play, her style, her energy, her shot. Whether it's because her game mirrors one of the greatest players in the NBA in Steph Curry or not, I don't know what it is.
The fact that it is so prevalent in mainstream highlights that we're talking about it here shows the growth of the sport, shows the power of Caitlin Clark, shows you how many more people are paying attention to it.
The clip starts with her launching a logo 3, nothing but net. Then a quick transition, no wasted motion. She slices through defenders like they're cones, delivers a no-look pass with surgical precision, and ends the sequence with a mid-air, off-balance jumper that somehow still hits. Every frame of that footage sent one message loud and clear. She's not here to blend in. She's here to take over.
As
Caitlin got better. Obviously, we had to change our strategy and how we defended her. When you're playing against great players, you're not going to stop them, right? You just have to try to make life as difficult as possible.
The camera wasn't even professionally operated. It was shaky, raw, almost chaotic. But that's what made it real. You could hear her sneakers squeak across the hardwood, the snap of the net, and the gasps of teammates who were watching the same thing we were.
They will recognize, her game, but they won't recognize her impact.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT.
She signed my jersey. I'm so happy. I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
An unrelenting force coming into form. You could even catch glimpses of Fever veterans pausing mid-drill, eyes fixed on her, nodding, smiling, maybe even whispering to each other. She's locked in. And just like that, what was meant to be a closed-door camp session became the most watched clip of the WNBA preseason.
People have said that, hey, no one watches preseason games. 1.3 million people tuned in to watch a preseason WNBA game. All right? Not only did they watch a WNBA preseason game, the game was on ESPN. Think about it. That's never happened before, ever.
The buzz wasn't just fan-driven either. Analysts started weighing in. Her footwork is sharper, said one ESPN commentator. Her decision-making is cleaner.
If I was the WNBA, I would have considered a separate television package to a network on just Caitlin Clark games. I would have had two packages, the WNBA package, and then a separate, let's say, 15 to 18 game Caitlin Clark package.
Others pointed out her explosiveness off the dribble, the muscle she's added, and how her body control in the air has evolved. It's not just that she looks better, she looks dangerous. Every movement in that footage was more intentional, more powerful. It was the kind of growth that doesn't happen overnight. It happens when a player disappears into the gym for months and refuses to come out until she's leveled up.
She's an incredibly hard worker. She's a high IQ player. She's a perfectionist. Like, she wants to get better. She lives in the gym. And so you knew that growth was going to take place, and having the opportunity to watch her on a daily basis and how she approaches the work. Like, there are work ethics and there are work styles, right? And a work style of not wasting reps, of not wasting time, of being very intentional about a growth process.
And the timing? Perfect. Because the Atlanta Dream are watching, so are the rest of the league's defenders. That viral footage wasn't just entertainment, it was a warning shot. It told the world, I've been working in silence, and now you're going to feel it.
Yeah, I mean, that was like my biggest focus in the offseason, is just trying to get stronger and really working on that. And really thankful for Sarah, our strength and conditioning coach, like put in a lot of time with me. And we were in here consistently. Like, I think that was the biggest thing for myself, is just having that consistency to be able to work on it for 6 months or whatever it was. So I certainly feel a lot stronger, and, I'm a pretty self-aware person. I knew that was going to be a huge part of it. And it's going to help me offensively. It's going to help me defensively. It's going to help me not get as tired throughout games. So yeah, definitely one of the focus points of my off season is just getting stronger. And even through these 2 practices, like I can certainly feel it.
Caitlin Clark didn't just go viral for showing up. She went viral because the work she's been doing behind the scenes finally showed itself. And it was terrifyingly good. For months, the chatter never stopped. She's just a college star. She won't survive the physicality of the WNBA. She's too flashy, not efficient. Critics waited for her to crack. Opposing fans booed. Some of her own league peers gave cold shoulders. But Caitlin Clark didn't waste a second firing back online. Instead, she vanished into the weight room, locked herself in the gym, and went to war with her weaknesses. And now she's emerging with a body rebuilt for battle and a mindset that's colder, sharper, and more focused than ever.
One more thing on Caitlin, which makes her super valuable, is she is leading the WNBA in points generated, which means points scored and or points assisted on. She is leading the league by a significant margin, and she is doing this as a rookie with a Fever team that is not comprised of a bunch of all-stars.
She admitted it herself. This offseason was all about strength and conditioning. With the help of the Fever strength coach, she rebuilt her frame, added power to her drives, stamina to her legs, and endurance that lets her run the floor at full tilt without gassing out.
Yeah, I think any rookie coming into this league, you all kind of experience the same thing. You're moving to a new city, you're meeting new people, have new teammates, have new coaches. You're trying to figure out how the WNBA works. So I think it's all just really new. Like, you're starting to just a very new chapter of your life, and you're trying to get your feet under you. So I don't know. I think going into year 2, that's kind of the biggest thing for me. Is just I feel like I have experience in this league. I know what to expect. I know how training camp works, even though we have a new coach and I have a lot of new teammates. Like, just having that experience of how things operate, I think, has provided me with a lot of confidence.
That extra muscle wasn't just for show. It's for fighting through contact, absorbing hits, and still finishing plays. You can already see the difference in practice. She's not getting bumped off her line anymore. She's not fading late in drills. She's owning every rep. But the transformation wasn't just physical, it was psychological. For the first time in a long time, Caitlin had space. No games, no media, just time to think, reflect, and reset. After a relentless college season and the whirlwind of entering the pros, she needed silence, and she used it. She talked about going to the Masters, about enjoying time off the grid, about being able to cook, visit family, and just live like a normal person. That peace, it became fuel. She said the break didn't feel long. It felt necessary. And when she came back hungry.
You know, the reason that we all started in this game was because we love it. You know, we enjoy it. But we're hungry to be our best as individuals, and we're hungry to be our best as a team.
She's also learning fast. As a second-year point guard, she's already listening more, observing veterans like DeWanna Bonner and Natasha Howard, players who've won titles, built cultures, and know what it takes to last in this league. Caitlin's not trying to be the loudest voice in the room. She's trying to be the most prepared, and it shows. Her film study has improved. She's reading defenses quicker. She's finding ways to break down coverage without forcing shots. Her IQ is evolving, and that's what separates stars from icons. There's a deeper level of self-awareness in her now. She knows she draws attention. She knows she's a target. But instead of shrinking, she's owning it. She's become more vocal, more calculated, and more locked into being a true leader. Behind the scenes, she's building chemistry with her teammates. Not the fake kind, the real gritty kind that comes from holding each other accountable and lifting each other up. She understands now that leadership isn't just about scoring points. It's about setting the tone, absorbing pressure so others can breathe, and being the one who never lets the standard drop.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball, period.
She just brings so much passion to the game, and look at all these people that just want to come and see her.
It is no secret that the Indiana Fever are the most popular team in the WNBA. It is good for the entire WNBA.
And let's not forget, she's doing all this in an environment that's already buzzing with expectations. The Fever's roster is the most talented it's been in years, with vets who know how to win and young stars like Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell ready to take that next leap. That puts Caitlin in a unique position, not just as the face of the franchise, but as the glue that connects a roster full of ambition. And by all accounts, she's stepping into that role with grace, grit, and zero excuses. She doesn't need to clap back. She doesn't need to defend her name on social media. Her new strength, her elevated game, and that icy demeanor in practice, that's her answer. And for anyone still doubting her, that viral footage from training camp wasn't just a preview, it was a promise. The Caitlin Clark you thought you knew is gone. What's coming next? Something relentless, something smarter, something stronger.
Caitlin Clark is becoming the best player in the entire WNBA, not because she's white, because she's that good.
I think Caitlin Clark does maybe better than anybody in sports right now, makes it about others, makes it about team. Think about it. When's the last time you didn't see Caitlin Clark talking about a teammate? When's the last time you saw Caitlin Clark talking about herself or any of the accomplishments that she has had? Let me give you the answer to that. Never!
The best player in America, the best shooter in America. Watch her play. She plays at a high level.
She's going to break records nonstop for the next couple years.
She's the only one capable
of taking nothing and making it something.
Caitlin Clark's camp footage didn't just show growth, it exposed a threat. The Atlanta Dream might be prepping for a talented rookie, but what they're about to face is a polished weapon. She's been drilling plays specifically designed to crack defensive pressure, practicing skip passes, corner threes, and driving through traps. Moves tailored for Atlanta's aggressive style. And from what we've seen, she's not just reacting to pressure, she's inviting it. Head coach Stephanie White has thrown the old playbook out the window. The Fever's offense now leans into fluid, fast-paced, positionless basketball with Caitlin at the center of it all. And the chemistry, it's catching fire. Even veterans like DeWanna Bonner are following her lead in practice, letting Clark call the shots, shift the tempo, and orchestrate movement with the confidence of a seasoned pro. What makes this matchup even more critical is the timing. The Dream are fast, physical, and young, just like the Fever. But Caitlin's game has matured. She's not just trying to prove she belongs, she's planning to take control early. With a revamped offense behind her and a chip on her shoulder, this isn't just a rookie debut, it's a declaration. Atlanta might expect a rising star, but what they're getting is a cold-blooded competitor, ready to take the spotlight and set the tone for the entire season. Something's shifting, and everyone feels it. The Indiana Fever aren't just showing signs of life, they're waking up with a roar. And at the center of it all is Caitlin Clark, leaner, louder, stronger, and more locked in than ever before. That viral practice footage wasn't an accident, it wasn't hype, it was evidence. Evidence of a player who's used every ounce of the offseason to prepare, not just to participate in the league, but to shake it up from the inside out. Her upcoming showdown with the Atlanta Dream isn't just another game. It's the opening act of what could be a breakout narrative. The Fever have built a roster that's deeper, faster, and more balanced. The coaching staff has embraced a new philosophy that plays to Caitlin's creative genius. The chemistry between veterans and rookies is forming quicker than anyone predicted. And now all of it gets tested under the lights, against a team that's no pushover, in front of a league and fan base desperate to see if the Caitlin Clark movement is still rising, or if it's about to peak. Spoiler alert, it's still rising, and it's doing so fast. Clark has already dominated headlines, shattered viewership records, and elevated the Fever into the league's most-watched franchise. But those were preseason waves. What's coming now is a regular season tsunami. If she performs even half as efficiently as she did in camp, shooting confidently, passing with vision, and leading with poise, Atlanta is going to have their hands full. And the rest of the league? They'll be put on notice that the Caitlin Clark phenomenon isn't just media-driven, it's basketball earned. So buckle up, because when that ball tips off, it won't just be a test of skill, it'll be a test of will. And Caitlin Clark, she's walking into that arena not as a rookie trying to prove herself, but as a leader ready to rewrite the playbook for the Fever, for the league, and for every young player watching who now believes that being bold, brilliant, and unapologetically elite isn't just a dream. It's a blueprint. The lights are on. The fans are ready. Atlanta's in the crosshairs. And Caitlin Clark, she's already pulled the trigger.